Now, ladies and gentlemen, I might not be missing my ones. Once I say that President William Ruto is just like a little scared cat that will do anything to ensure that nobody threatens his chances of continuing staying in power, or there is nobody that will actually prove that President William Ruto does not have control over the people of the Republic of Kenya. The reason I am saying this, a few days ago, the former Baringo Senator Gideon Moi came into the limelight and revealed that he will be running for the by-election of the Baringo senatorial seat. And now, the details that we are receiving is that President William Ruto has reached out to Gideon Moi, where they held a meeting in Statehouse, and things headed up being what? Being resolved to a matter that Gideon Moi is not going to continue running for the senatorial seat of Baringo. As we speak, it has come to our knowledge that Gideon Moi has accepted to withdraw from the Baringo race after talks with Ruto, a State House insider revealed. Now, President William Ruto and KANU leader Gideon Moi held a private meeting at State House, Nairobi on Wednesday, October 8th, 2025. In what sources describes as an attempt by the president to persuade Moi to withdraw from the Baringo senatorial by-election following the death of Senator William Cheptumo. The unexpected meeting has sparked speculation about possible political reconciliation between the two former rivals who have long dominated the Rift Valley politics. Discussions are said to have focused largely on the upcoming by-election scheduled for November 27th, 2025. According to sources within KANU party, President William Ruto argued Moi to step down from the race to give way to UDA candidate Vincent Chemitei. A senior KANU official revealed this. The president made the request respectively, but the chairman, who is said to be Gideon Moi, is said to have actually taken it into consideration and decided that he has to consult before giving on a response to President William Ruto. Now, however, the State House official speaking on conditions of anonymity claimed that Moi had agreed in principle to withdraw but asked for time to consult KANU leaders before making a formal announcement. He has agreed to step down from the Baringo race, said a State House insider. Moi was accompanied to the meeting by KANU Secretary General George Wainaina and former Baringo women representative Gladwell Cheriot. Reading from a publication by Taifa Leo. Hata hivyo, maafisa wa ikulu waliozungumza kwa masharti ya kutotajwa majina walisema Moi alikubali kujiondoa, ila akaomba muda wa kuzungumza na viongozi wa chama kabla ya kutoa tangazo rasmi. Amekubali kujiondoa katika uchaguzi wa Baringo, alisema afisa wa ikulu. That is a statement that was, as of today, publicized by the Taifa Leo newspaper. Now, it is understood that the talks also touched on economic matters, including the challenges facing the Moi's family's business under the Ruto administration, suggesting that the meeting was not purely political but also aimed at exploring long-term reconciliation. Political analysts believe President Ruto is keen to avoid an embarrassing defeat in what has traditionally been seen as his political stronghold. Losing Baringo would embolden Moi and other opposition figures to question Ruto's grip on his home turf. That is what political analysts are saying. In the 2022 general election, William Cheptumo, who won with the UDA ticket with about 141,177 votes, while Gideon Moi then on KANU garnered 71,480,000 votes, and the independent candidate then Felix Chelaite secured 3,261. Now, Kano insiders say Moi viewed the by-election as a timely opportunity to revive the party's grassroots presence and restore the Moi family's political influence in the Rift Valley. The chairman feels it's time to rebuild Kanu from the ground up, said a senior party official. But now let's look at this. We are being told that President William Ruto held a meeting between him and Gideon Moi. And remember, even before this meeting that is said to have been held a few days ago, there is another meeting that is said to have been held before between President William Ruto, Gideon Moi, Raila Odinga, and Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Now, these are the dynasties of the Republic of Kenya. And once these people meet, I always say they don't meet to discuss the goodness of the people of the Republic of Kenya. They discuss on matters on how they shall secure their business interest. Now, Gideon Moi has agreed to meet with William Ruto in Statehouse, where they cracked a deal where Gideon Moi is set to withdraw from the Baringo senatorial race by election. Now, what does this mean? This means the chances of William Ruto continuing to prove that he still has it are getting high as day goes by. Acha nikwambie kitu. William Ruto knows if Gideon Moi gets into this by-election, Ruto is going to lose. And if Ruto loses a by-election in his home county, then he risks one of the greatest defeats in the 2027 general election, because the opposition will ride on that by-election. If Ruto loses the Baringo senatorial seat, it's over. That is the same thing. Remember, in 2022, when Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta's candidate lost in the Kiambaa by-election, which is Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta's home turf, Kiambu County, that by-election became the determinant that William Ruto was going to beat Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta in the 2027 general election. And they used that as a campaign tool. So the same thing might happen. If Moi goes ahead to win the Baringo senatorial seat, the opposition might take that as William Ruto weakling, and they're going to use it against him. And that is why Ruto is trying to compromise any candidate that has a potential of beating his UDA party. If you look at it, the Banisa MP for the Banisa candidate for DCP had the highest chances of becoming the next MP of Banisa. But because William Ruto knew if Gachagua is going to beat him in the Banisa by-election, then that proves Gachagua has a grip on the northeastern region. And William Ruto is counting on the votes of the northeastern region come the year 2027. So he can't risk that. And that is why he called the guy into Statehouse and influenced him otherwise. Ladies and gentlemen, manipulation of politics is something that William Ruto is good at. And now it seems he is going to manipulate Gideon Moi to walk out of this by-election to ensure that William Ruto continues to prove to the people of Northeastern region, to the people of the Rift Valley region and the whole Kenya at large, that he still has it, that he still controls his home turf. But in real sense, hata watu wa kwake nyumbani washapoteza imani na yeye. Ladies and gentlemen, leave a comment in the comment section. See you in our next video. This is the Kenyan Daily Report.